The Sesh Podcast, episode 177, take one. Listen, people, don't act like you don't know me. These yams deserve a trophy. Baby, it ain't no mystery. Got the best BBL in history. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. This cake gonna make you show up. I know you've seen this glow up. Well, folks, that's right. We are back. And today we're going to be diving into BBL Drizzy versus Kendrick Lamar. And there's so much to go over.
There is.
My God.
And
oh, my God.
And 3 out of the 4 of us are mostly clueless.
Well, yes, that is why I decided to do this today. This was actually a very last minute decision.
Very last minute.
This is, yeah, maybe I should just jump in. Well, actually, I'm Kendall.
I'm Janelle, and we're joined by Karelly and Sydney. Welcome back to the session.
Welcome back to Sydney.
Welcome
back from her honeymoon.
Yes.
Looking glowed up.
Hoed up.
Best BBL in history.
Best BBL.
That's
Did you go get a BBL?
Yep, in Mexico.
That's why you were
Nice,
there.
girl. Yep.
Good for you.
Great
Quick
services.
recovery. Look
Yeah,
at you.
quick recovery.
She's back on it.
I don't even have to sleep on my stomach or anything.
Nice, queen.
Wow, slay. Today, like I said, we're going to be going over the Drake versus Kendrick beef. Now, there is a whole fuck ton of information to go over. And I decided to do this literally yesterday, last night. So I just want to preface this by saying this is not the typical Mile Higher Media production.
This is not the typical show for that.
No,
So
we did not do like extensive research. And I can already see the comments now. Do your research. I did as much research as I could possibly did last night. I started at 8:30 after my kid went to sleep, and I wrapped up at around 12:30. And I put in a lot of work. I'm actually really exhausted. I didn't really sleep well last night because this was on my mind, and it was windy as fuck.
Dude, I'm so done with Colorado. I'm about to burn this.
It was
down.
so windy. Josh and I could not sleep. It was
It
so
is like
loud.
hurricane winds here. I'm
It's
pissed
crazy.
off. I can barely walk without wanting to fall over.
Yeah, it was bad. So I had like 4 hours of sleep last night, but I'm here, and I'm going to tell you from my understanding what is going on between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Now, I did put together a PowerPoint presentation or a Google Slides, which I have not done this in so long. I haven't made any type of presentation like that since I think college. So I was totally clueless. And thank God my sister decided to help me with this last minute last night.
Like the queen she is.
Because mine was all black and white and Arial font.
Kendall goes, I don't know how to make the font bigger.
I was like trying to do transition. So my sister here, Annalie,
slay.
big thank you.
Huge thank you.
Hi guys.
I really appreciate it because mine was looking real ugly.
Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, she added
Thank
in a
you,
lot
Annalie.
of good memeage and gifs and all that.
Sorry, your hair was inside your hoop.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. But yes, that being said, there is so much to go over. The diss tracks alone, I believe, let's see, I worked out to all of them yesterday and it was over 30 minutes worth. So I think now that another one dropped last night, right when I started.
Yep.
Drake dropped his. And by the time this episode goes live, another one could be out.
Probably
will be.
Probably.
So, this is as much as we have as of
May
let's see.
6th.
Yeah, May 6th in the morning. So I pulled everything that I thought was interesting. There is so much you could go over, and there are experts on YouTube that have dissected every single line, every double entendre, the hidden meanings, the conspiracies within. And I don't have time to go over all of that, but I did put together 30 slides worth of information.
I feel like
so
that's
I'm
a
going
good
over
start.
quite a bit.
This is like a really good start.
Yeah.
And
but
yeah.
please give me grace because I am certainly not an expert. And I did do this by myself with my sister. So I wanted to explain it to you guys because you haven't been following.
Well, we had a segment here where Kendall taught us about sister wives, and I loved it. I was living my best life learning about this. It was so fun.
That's when I did the printouts.
Yeah.
The pictures.
We decided, but we stepped it up. We're making a full ass Google slide.
They were
Okay.
like, you should make a Google slide because I was going to do printouts again. And Janelle was like, kind of hard to see.
Yeah. But I, up until yesterday, really didn't know anything about this. I know a tiny bit, as in I've listened to the songs, but I don't really understand the whole like backstory of it and all the other people that are involved. So,
which again, I don't understand fully either because there is so much. You could go on, and there are so many players within this. We don't have time to go into every single person, their involvement.
This is a good like overview, I think.
Yeah.
If you're confused, because I feel like everyone who's on the internet knows that this is going on. Maybe you just don't know why it's going on or what actually is happening.
Yeah.
And so hopefully Kendall can enlighten us. Also, Karelly and Sydney are also not familiar with what the hell's going on. So
Mhm.
we are your students. You are our professor.
Oh God, I hope I
There
do
will be a pop
okay.
quiz at the end, so everyone pay the fuck attention.
It's very confusing. My eyes started burning by the end of working on this. I have actually been following this since it really kicked off a little while ago. And it has just escalated so much and has become wildly entertaining and great workout music. I think we should make a playlist of the tracks in order so people can like listen to them and have it play out like a story.
If you literally just Google it, it'll tell you exactly which ones to listen to. But yeah, we could probably make like a Spotify playlist.
Or just a YouTube playlist.
Oh, that's true.
With all, because a lot of them aren't on Spotify.
Oh, that's true.
So, and this will have all of the other side tracks as well that are beyond.
Yeah, I think we
Kendrick
can make like
and
a
Drake.
public playlist through the Sesh YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
we'll just do that. We'll link it below.
I'm telling you guys, great workout playlist because it will entertain you with the story throughout the whole thing. So yes, Drake versus Kendrick. Drake, also known as BBL Drizzy now, the boy, known as
He's known as
Aubrey
the
Graham.
boy.
Yeah, he's always called himself the boy. Aubrey Graham is his true name,
Uh-huh.
which, as you know, Drake got his start on Degrassi.
Yes.
And there was a viral video of him recently of him getting pissed at his mom because she didn't get him a tuna bagel.
Where's my sandwich? I'm so hungry.
I didn't buy you that sandwich.
I'm tired.
Well, I'm more tired than you.
So what's up? You didn't get your sandwich.
No. I was looking forward to a nice tuna sandwich on a bagel. I clearly said, hey, can you please get me a tuna sandwich?
What?
Yeah, so that just shows you like who Drake is. Drake, though, you can't deny his success. He's one of the biggest in the game. He has endless top charting hits. He does make some good music. I mean, everyone has bopped to a Drake song once in their life,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Starting with going back to the Young Money days.
You know better than
You're
I
my
do.
everything.
You all I ever wanted. We could do a real big thing, and you
Yeah.
ever done it.
That one. So everyone knows that. Over the years, Drake has changed quite a bit. His image, his persona. He has tried to be, I'd say like, he's tried to look more and more the part. And that's really what Kendrick is getting at in a lot of this, is that he's an actor. He started as an actor and that he is playing the role of Drake.
I would agree with that. The fact
too.
that these two have beef is so weird to me because they're not alike in any way. Like Kendrick
No.
is a true poetic artist and
Yes.
Drake is an entertainer.
I'd argue that Kendrick is probably, maybe, I don't know, he's up there with Eminem. He is
Yes.
so fucking
I think he will
beyond
go down
smart
as
and
one of the
talented.
best rappers in the game, period.
For sure. And Drake, he's more of like a pop rapper.
Yes.
I'd say. So it's weird that I wouldn't put them on the same level.
Exactly.
But then you can't argue with Drake's numbers and
Right,
his
right.
success that he's kind of in a different echelon in that sense, that
Sure.
he has got more success on paper, but who is more talented? I think everyone can agree, Kendrick.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You don't even have to like Kendrick to
No.
agree. Like,
No.
they're like, come on.
I mean, just a simple analysis of the diss tracks at hand.
Well,
It's-
also,
it's no-
Kendrick probably wrote all of his diss tracks,
Yeah.
whereas Drake probably had ghostwriters.
Drake is like a machine that is powered by multiple people.
Yes.
So Kendrick, also known as K-Dot, it started out fun, started out entertaining, and pretty
Mhm.
light. It has gotten increasingly dark
Yeah.
and a little fucking scary, I'm not going to lie.
So you confused the fuck out of me though, because yesterday she goes, yeah, Drake is murdered. And I was like, what? And she goes, no, he's dead. And I was like actually? And you're like, yes.
Both of you were like,
At
wait,
first
Drake's
I was
dead?
like, Drake's dead? I was like, wait a second.
He may as well be. But I don't know. His newest diss track that came out last night,
That was horrible.
May have
I'm so
resurrected
sorry.
him?
No, that was horrible.
well, yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
BBL Drizzy is done, maybe, to be decided. The main players in this beef, and there are a lot of players, guys. We don't have time to go over them all. The top 5, if you will, are obviously Drake and Kendrick. We also have Metro Boomin, Future, who I cannot stand. I will not
I did
lie.
not know Future was in this at all. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, Future.
What does he sing?
He, yeah,
The Future song?
he is. He's a mumble rapper. Definitely nowhere near the level of talent as Kendrick, but he is on Kendrick's side. So it's basically Drake and J. Cole. Okay, so J. Cole is also involved.
I
too.
like J. Cole.
I love J. Cole.
Yeah,
And I'm
very
honestly
talented.
surprised that he is on Drake's side. It's strange.
And they just went on tour together. I think they
They
just
did.
wrapped up tour.
They did. And that is, I will explain. I'm getting ahead of myself. But it is Metro, Kendrick, and Future versus Drake and J. Cole, which J. Cole has pretty much bowed the fuck out.
Yeah, I was
at
gonna
this
say,
point.
I feel like he's definitely like,
Yeah.
peace.
He pieced. So let's start with why does Metro hate Drake? Because the two of them have worked together in the past.
And for people who don't know, who is Metro?
He is a music producer. He makes the drums. We're not totally sure why Metro hates Drake as far as my research goes. People have different theories. There's no confirmed reason as far as I understand.
Yeah.
But some people think that it is mainly jealousy driven, or that he sees the actor in the lab and that it pisses him off that he is so successful being a fraud.
Okay.
There was this tweet made by Metro Boomin back on December 2nd, 2023. So not that old. And it's about some award show. Yet her loss still keeps winning Rap Album of the Year over H&V. Proof that award shows are just politics and not for me. I don't care about awards, honestly. The true award and reward is knowing that the music I spend so much time on brings joy to people's lives. This, I believe, was deleted. I don't know. So yeah, people, I don't know exactly why the two of them hate each other, but they hate each other. So why does Future hate Drake? Because the two of them have worked together quite a bit. They have a whole album that came out together. They were all buddy at one point. That is also not known, but it is probably because Metro Boomin does. And if Metro don't trust you, he's going to shoot you. That's Future's tagline. So that's probably why he doesn't trust him. Therefore, Future doesn't trust him. And I think that's just kind of the industry,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very confusing.
Okay. No,
All right.
All right.
So let's jump into the timeline, the things we do understand.
Here you go, baby.
November of 2011, Drake first features Kendrick on Take Care, which I think Take Care was Drake's best album. I don't think anything compares to it. In the past, I have actually been quite a fan of Drake. I've seen him live.
Oh, you have? I
yeah.
couldn't remember if you did see him or
Yep,
not.
Josh and I went around the time that Views came out. I think it was 2016.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was entertaining. I mean, it's a Drake show, so
Yeah.
lots of showmanship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think over time, though, he's gotten increasingly worse.
Ooh.
I don't know. He's just put out less and less that I like. There's
Okay.
been a few songs over the last couple of years I've enjoyed, but most of his albums, I'm like, eh.
Okay.
So that was really when Kendrick got his start on Take Care. He was featured on Buried Alive Interlude. I was a senior in high school when that album came out, and I remember rolling around in my car listening to this and being like, who is Kendrick Lamar? So then in February of 2012, Drake invites Kendrick to be his opening act on his Club Paradise tour.
Got it.
Drake followed that up by inviting A$AP Rocky as well to perform with him, and that was February of 2012. So all is well, and things did not stay well for long.
But people claim that Drake started Kendrick's career.
I mean, he gave
this
him
kind of like what
yeah,
he's meaning by this?
he
Or what people are meaning by this?
I think it's like, how can you say if someone started their
Sure.
career? He gave him a nice step stool, but Kendrick had all the talent. Drake didn't, he wasn't his prodigy where he taught him everything.
Right.
But yes, he gave him a platform.
It was just
and
kind of
helped
like,
launch.
you happen to know Drake, and
Yeah.
Drake happens to have this spot to give you.
So then in October of 2012, Drake and Kendrick collaborate on Poetic Justice, which is one of the best songs of all
Absolutely.
time. Love that song. That same month, they also put out one of Janelle and I's favorite songs. Don't ask to see our party trick, but we can rap the entire thing. That is one of our greatest accomplishments. Fucking problems. A$AP Rocky.
We love bad bitches. That's our fucking problem.
Yeah, that is our problem. 2
It's
Chainz
such
was
a
also
good
on there
song.
too.
It's such a
I do love
fucking
2
good
Chainz.
song. Yeah, 2 Chainz.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. Yeah, sure. I don't really know.
I don't know. I haven't seen the latest on him. Maybe he's not a good man. Who knows? You can't really say that about anyone these days.
I mean, great songs though.
Yeah, great songs.
Can't
Great
be
songs.
denying that.
Okay, so not that much longer. Keep in mind, Drake had brought Kendrick on tour and stuff 2012. By 2013, shit pops off. And Kenny calls out Drake on Control. This is a song where he called out 11 rappers by name. And this is one of Big Sean's songs that he was featured on. And he really went for the gut punch immediately. I mean, he has just kind of entered the scene and he's already calling out 11 rappers. So he has always been known for calling out the fakes and the frauds.
Yes.
He says, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you. Hey, don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you. So Drake, obviously, he's like, the fuck?
You got beef? Why?
You're already mad at me. Okay.
Why are you mad?
And so
what's Drake's zodiac?
He's a Scorpio.
Oh
and it
my
shows.
God. What's Kendrick's?
Gemini.
Oh
It also
my
shows.
God. It's literally
Dude,
perfection.
I'm telling you, the best rappers are Geminis, though. Like,
What's
if
in
you look
Tupac?
at the list of Gemini rappers, it's crazy.
Tupac
They're
was
just
a
so smart.
Leo, I think.
I
No,
think
he's
you're
a
right on
Gemini.
that.
Oh,
is he?
Tupac's Gemini?
Yep.
Okay.
June 16.
Yeah.
Boom.
They've got a way with words. They're smart. They're fucking...
That's that Mercury, baby.
That's right. That's right. So 2 weeks later, after Kendrick is on Control, Drake responds and is like, okay, whatever, don't care, basically.
Don't care.
He did an interview on a cover story for Billboard, and he basically says, I'm unbothered. He says specifically, it sounded like an ambitious thought to me. That's all it was. An ambitious thought.
Okay, unbothered.
LOL, small fries, basically what he said. He said, I know good and well that he's not murdering me at all in any platform. Do not care. Which, oh God, Drake, if you could fast forward 11 years, you'd be eating your words, my friend.
It sounds as though you care.
Yeah,
Now.
I think he cares at least a little. So September 2013, Drake says, we're good. He's like, fuck, this guy, he's a whole nother type of beast.
Yeah.
And I really don't want issues with him.
Right.
So keep in mind, August 2013, that's when it pops off. And by September 2013, Drake goes, no, it's all love between us. This was during a live for Crown interview. I don't know exactly what this was, but this was with Elliot Wilson of Rap Radar on September 22nd, 2013 in New York.
And he said, no worries. All good.
He says they made up and they talked it out, and that Control was a moment to talk about. Drake said they saw each other at the MTV VMAs, where all the best things happen. And, you know, they were all good. He says, I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs, and it was all love. It was love. He's like, we're in love. Everything's fine. Don't you guys fret. But it wasn't all love. Kendrick comes back and disses Drake in October of 2013, 1 month later.
He says, is it all love?
He does this during his BET Cypher. He actually comes out with these lyrics. Nothing's been the same since they dropped Control, which he is referencing Drake's album that had just come out in September of 2013. Nothing was the same. He also says, and tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes.
Ooh.
Ha ha. Joke's on you. High five. I'm bulletproof. Your shots never penetrate. Pin the tail on the donkey. Boy, you been a fake.
Ooh.
0 fucks given. And Drake is like, oh no, it's not all love. So December 2013, Drake tells an interviewer how he feels like he's being baited by Kendrick Lamar. He says, quote, where it became an issue is that I was rolling out an album while that verse was still bubbling. So my album rollout became this thing. What am I supposed to say? Nah. Mind you, I never once said he's a bad guy or I don't like him. I think he's a fucking genius in his own right, but I stood my ground as I should.
Okay.
And with that came another step, which then I have to realize I'm being baited and I'm not going to fall. Michael Jordan didn't have time to play pickup to prove that he could play ball. No offense. But I'm not going to give you the chance to shake me necessarily because I feel great and there's no real issue. But oh boy,
there's an issue.
There was an issue. So 2014 to 2020, they continue to go on. There are shots back and forth more subtly. We're not going to go over them all because we do not have time, people. There is a lot that we are just going to have to blow right past today because we don't have time. We just do not have time. But the beef continued several more years as they, you know, they're not only doing their own disses to each other on their own tracks, but they're also going on other features and whatever. It just continues on and on. But by 2020, it's looking publicly like things are settling down.
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to 2021. Now, this I think will be debated. I was listening yesterday when I was working out. I was listening to Family Ties, which came out in 2021. It's a Kendrick song with Baby Keem. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is fucking about Drake. It has to be. And so I looked it up and other people believe it is too, now that all of this other information has come out. This is not confirmed. This is just my own thoughts. He says, when I come, I'm killing everybody that's outside. Who you with? Which is, he's definitely, referencing that anyone that works with Drake is kind of on his hit list. He's warning them that you will become a target if you are buddy with
Kendrick
Drake.
Scares me.
So I think he's starting to threaten J. Cole.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because J. Cole is working with and touring with Drake at this point. He says he has respect for J. Cole, and he even shouts him out in other music. But he warns that his hate for Drake runs much deeper. So he's like, think twice on that. He also says, yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. So he's referencing the beef between Kanye and Drake, something that we do not have time to go into today, friends.
Wait, I didn't know
we will be
beef.
Oh yeah, Kanye is involved in it too. Oh, it goes deep. Yeah, there's a lot.
Deep.
You've probably heard the lyrics like, "Ye's pool is nice, mine's just bigger." What I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a whole thing. Do you remember when Kanye released "Poopity Scoop"?
How does it go?
Poopity Scoop.
Oh, yeah.
Scoop loop.
Yes.
Well, that was actually over a beat that Drake was going to use, and he purchased it and then
shit on it, literally.
Shit on it. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
However, Kanye wasn't he wasn't fully engaged in the beef at this point because he was trying to become a devout Christian. This is when he put out his, gospel music and stuff. So he was trying not to respond. And Kendrick is saying, yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say what Kanye isn't saying.
Right.
This is before Kanye then decides I'm going to go ahead and get involved. And he releases, he doxes Drake. He releases his address in a typical
Wait, he
Kanye
released his address?
Yes, he sure did.
Kanye doxed him?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Is this his Toronto home that he doxed?
I'm not sure which home. He's got a lot of fucking homes.
Yeah, he does.
Wait, what? He doxed him?
He doxed.
You can't do that.
Well, he did.
Okay. Well, he did.
But yeah, he's saying that Kanye is trying to be the bigger person at the time. But yeah, he wasn't the bigger person for long, clearly. Okay, so moving on. October of 2023. Very recently.
Okay.
This is when the current beef really gets fucking flowing. First person shooter comes out, and this is by J. Cole and Drake. And in it, there's so many things. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to have time to go over every single lyric and break it all down. So I've pulled just the things I think are most important to note. You really should go listen to all the diss tracks if you want all the information, or go watch any of the experts who have broken down each individual track and line, because it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah,
we just don't have time, because I mean, it's so deep, like all the hidden meanings. It's so interesting.
Can I give a shout out to a YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure.
Anthony Fantano. He does like a bunch of like music analysis.
Oh yes, he's amazing.
Yes.
I watched a bunch
really
of
good.
his stuff last night.
Oh, I need to check it out.
He actually dressed up as if he was going to Drake's funeral for one of his streams yesterday. It was quite
I was
excellent.
on doing like some Reddit deep diving. I didn't want to do too much because, again, I didn't want to get confused, and I know you were teaching us, but it is insane how much underlying like themes there are in all of them.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Do we know what, like, why they have all, like, was it just kind of something that started and then just has continued on? Like, we don't know know why.
A lot of them have beef for different reasons. Like, for example, like Drake and A$AP Rocky and a couple other ones. Like, it's because of girls. Like
Rihanna.
Drake and Rihanna.
Drake's always been obsessed with Rihanna. A$AP obviously married her
and has
kids
babies
with her.
Yeah.
But what, like, with
I think they're married. Are they married?
No, they're not married.
But with Kendrick,
If you want my best take on it, I think it's like I explained earlier, that Kendrick just thinks Drake is a fucking fraud. And I'm guessing he's probably seen some shit behind the scenes.
That's what I was about to say.
Clearly, I mean, after we start going through all his latest tracks, I think he has seen that he is not a person he would fuck with, and he thinks that he is this fraud to the world. And I'm sure other things have happened behind the scenes that have led to all of this coming out. I don't think it's jealousy. I truly don't think Kendrick actually cares about fame and numbers. I think Drake does.
Why would he be jealous of Drake? Like, he's not the type of person to be like, oh, I wish I had all these top charting bops like Drake does. Like, Kendrick doesn't give a fuck.
No, I don't think he does.
He knows that he is one of the greatest, and if he has a bunch of top charters all the time like Drake does, he doesn't care.
I think he just truly feels like the world is being duped by this Canadian actor. It pisses him off. And they've gone back and forth for so long that it's years worth that is now bubbled to the surface.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, first person shooter comes out. October of 2023. And in it, Drake compares himself to Michael Jackson, which is something that he has done quite a bit over the years. He references MJ, which at some points I think he might have been talking about Michael Jordan. He idolizes both of them. But this is important to note for later. J. Cole says that he and Drake and Kendrick are the big three in this song. That is also important to note. Drake says that they're the Super Bowl. J. Cole says, is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or is it me? We big three, like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Drake talks about how amazing he is throughout the song, per usual. He compares himself to MJ, like I said. They also say, or I think J. Cole says, can't trust everything you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I'd make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your caller ID. This was fairly tame in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
It was like subtle shots.
Yeah.
But it was 100% to Kendrick. I am so excited about our next sponsor, Nurx. It is truly an amazing platform that I'm really excited to tell you about today. Nurx is a digital healthcare platform that makes it easy to get expert help that you deserve in every step of your journey. It's a care model designed to grow with women. From birth control to wrinkles to dark spot treatment, Nurx understands women's healthcare journeys are unique and ever-changing, and that's why their care model provides comprehensive treatment options specific for women so they can receive ongoing, high-quality, integrated care all in one place. Listen, friends, I know you're busy. It can be so hard to keep up with doctor's appointments and your prescriptions, so why not make the process easier for yourself? Take control of your reproductive health, and that starts with Nurx. To date, Nurx has delivered birth control to more than 1.6 million patients in the US. It's convenient, private, and compassionate. With Nurx, you've got options. They offer more than 50 birth control formulas, including options for the pill, patch, or ring, and they'll work with you to find the best treatment options for your needs. Expert care meets you where you are. Skip the in-person appointment and complete a medical consultation at any time, day or night, and a Nurx provider licensed in your state will review your health history and, if medically appropriate, prescribe treatment for you. It's not always easy to access birth control, so they're helping their patients take back their autonomy with fast and affordable expert care. They accept many major insurances to pay for your birth control prescription, which can help cut down the cost, and it's accessible and discreet. You can get your birth control delivered straight to your door in discreet packaging, no trips to the pharmacy necessary. And it's not just birth control, guys. They offer a bunch of other things as well, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Thanks so much to Nurx for sponsoring this podcast. Taking control of your reproductive health starts here. Go to nurx.com/sesh to get started. That's nurx.com/sesh. Results may vary, not offered in every state. Medications prescribed only if clinically appropriate. Consultation required. So, then things start getting really crazy in March of 2024. Now, the rest of these slides are just from March of 2024 to now. So that is 16 slides. The whole rest of it is going to be over all this recent stuff. So March of 2024, Kendrick guests on Like That by Future and Metro Boomin. And he says, fuck the big three. Whoa. It's just big me. And he LOLs at Drake for saying that he is like Michael Jackson.
Also, the big three has to do with like sports too.
Yeah.
John was telling me.
Yes.
I sound like sports.
Well, it's because they're Like That was, what was the other one?
I thought the big three...
First Person Shooter was like about sports and the Super Bowl and comparing it to, yeah.
I thought the big three was Drake, Nicki, and Lil Wayne. Remember that?
That was a very old big three.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm not saying. I think they're talking about who is the current big three.
Okay.
But Kendrick said there is no big three, bitch.
Yeah, he said it's just big me. So yeah, he thinks it's stupid that he is comparing himself to Michael Jackson. He actually says that he is like Prince, and Prince outlives Mike Jack. This is one of the best beats I've ever heard, in my opinion. This song goes fucking hard. Metro Boomin slays like usual. And my only other thoughts on that is I hate Future and he's dumb, but he kind of ruins the song for me. Okay. So yeah, there is more to go over on that one, but that's really what kicks it off. There's other tracks that deserve more time, so we are going to blow past that one. April 5th, 2024, J. Cole releases 7-Minute Drill and then says, never mind, I am so sorry.
I'm really, really sorry.
Yes. Okay. So in it, he says Kendrick has fallen off like The Simpsons and calls his last album tragic. Pretty ballsy. However, he did realize this was very stupid to do. Why would you fuck with Kendrick Lamar? Okay, that is the question of the day. Why would anyone fuck with this man? You just do not. So 2 days after he releases this song, only 2 days, he retracts his diss and issues a public apology, which we actually have a video of.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this was at the Dreamville Festival in North Carolina.
Yes.
I'm going to read some of the lines and then we'll listen to it. He says, I ain't going to lie to y'all. The past 2 days felt terrible. I damn near had a relapse.
Yeah.
So he realized this was a big mistake. And, you know, he has always been someone who raps about being better than the industry, not falling into the industry bullshit, not getting into this petty drama, keeping your head above water and being a good role model. And so he really went against his own policies, as you could say.
Yeah.
And I think he is realizing it at this point. He asked for forgiveness from Kendrick. He called the song a misstep and that he hoped to get back to his true path. He called Kendrick one of the greatest and hoped that he hadn't taken offense. And he said, if he did, I got my chin out, take your best shot and I'll take it on the chin. So he knew he was like kind of deep in, but was hoping that this apology would save his ass, which looks like it did.
It did.
So,
I mean, the fact that he made it a public, like on TV, on stage in front of an audience.
Yeah, I don't know
like
if it was was it on TV?
I don't know. Well, whatever.
Just on camera.
Yeah, on camera.
Yeah.
Eating shit essentially was like, my bad. Like, that's a pretty good apology, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
However,
like some tweet or some shit. Like, it was.
Yeah. This is widely disputed, though. A lot of people think this is embarrassing in the rap game to be doing such things.
I guess that.
They think, it was lame, and who retracts a diss track, stand by your words. I agree with you, Janelle. I think it was mature. A lot of people think it was fucking smart. Clearly it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people praised him for prioritizing his mental health and being real about almost relapsing, and just going on to say that, no beef is worth the mental strife, and that it was immature. So let's take a listen.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? One, I know my heart. I know how I feel about my peers, these two that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I moved in a way that I spiritually feel bad on me. But at the end of the day, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit disrupts my fucking peace. How many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, a lot of his thing was like, the world wants to see beef. This is what people want. This is what society craves. And that's so true. And I think he kind of used it as like, that's why I fell into the trap, because that's what society wants and blah, blah, blah.
Well, do you think that Drizzy was yapping in his ear? Because we all know that that's the formula Drake follows. He gets into any petty shit he possibly can. We have a theory that he may have like cooked some of this up.
Yeah.
Because he knew it would bring, and it has so much publicity.
Yeah.
I don't think it was more than he bargained for, certainly.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Drake kind of pushed him in that direction, and that J. Cole's pushing back and being like, okay, this isn't me. Like, does he have, his mentor Drake around him telling him? I don't know. It's just my own thoughts.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, J. Cole bows the fuck out at this point. Smart decision, and he is spared by Kendrick's wrath going forward.
The comments on the YouTube videos of all these latest songs that have come out in the last few days, like the ones that are about J. Cole, are so
I know
fucking funny.
It's so good.
Oh, kills me.
Yeah, good man. I love J. Cole. I'm glad he came to his senses. Yeah. And good man on Kendrick too for actually being like, okay, hey, I'm gonna accept that apology and we can move the fuck on. That's great. And plus, from the beginning, Kendrick has always said, I love J. Cole, but you're fucking with Drake, and I don't fuck with you if that's the case.
Right.
So from this point forward, it becomes all of these people against Drake and OVO, and J. Cole is really not involved, as I understand. Okay, so then 2 more sneaky diss tracks come out, and meaning that they aren't as upfront, and neither of them involve Kendrick Lamar. There is Show of Hands by A$AP Rocky, Future and Metro Boomin, and We Still Don't Trust You by Future, Metro Boomin, and The Weeknd. And I believe these came out the same fucking day.
Oh, really?
I think they did.
Oh,
yeah. So The Weeknd is another side character in this. He kind of always appears when Drake beef is brewing. They clearly have issues, and it goes into like Hadid and so it's like a whole thing. I'm not going to spend time on.
I don't understand that.
it's not even worth explaining. But The Weeknd was with, is it Bella or Gigi? I think it was
Bella
Hadid. Yeah.
They were dating.
And then they broke up, and then
Drake pounced in.
Yeah, that's the
Pounced
general
in.
understanding.
Why does that see Drake really is like a messy motherfucker.
No,
He'll get into anything. He doesn't give a damn.
He's a petty bitch.
Mhm.
Is really
He is a
what
petty ass bitch.
Also, for those of us that don't know what OVO means, is it Drake's label?
Yes, it stands for October's Very Own, and it's
Okay.
Drake's label.
Okay.
Yeah. He's always talking about OVO.
OVO.
A bunch of them have labels. Kanye had his label, good. I think it was just Good Music. Can you look up the name of Kanye's? It is totally fizzled out now, but John Legend was on it. Yeah,
Music.
but that is since fizzled out. But tons of people have labels, and it became this whole battle of who's on whose, and not tons of stuff not to get into, right?
Understood.
Okay, so moving forward, we don't really care about these. We're not going to spend time in the lyrics because whatever, who cares? April 13th, 2024, Drake puts out Push-Ups. Okay. And I have to say, I think this song, I like this one. This is my favorite of the diss tracks, of Drake's diss tracks. Let me be clear.
Okay.
I think his have been overall pretty weak, but out of his selection, this I think is the best one.
Okay.
It has a pretty good beat, and but it's still pretty tame at this point. He samples Biggie's "Get Money," which is about a woman that he cheats on, and she becomes scorned and turns against him. Some key lyrics to note: I could never be nobody's number one fan. This is to Future, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. Talking about Future, which is what he has a lot to say about the fact that he feels like he has created these men's career.
And that to me is just like, it's a pretty cocky thing to say, my friend.
Yeah, it's definitely an abuse of power, right?
Yeah.
He had the means and opportunity to then try to own these people who are talented. Well, not Future, in my opinion.
Kendall really hates Future.
I can't stand Future.
That's so
I
funny
hate
to me.
mumble rapping, and I don't fuck with Future.
Fine. That's fine.
Okay, so he says, I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. He's clearly talking about, it's pretty obvious, right? His many hits. I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. He is saying, you guys need to hate me and be jealous of me and look at my picture in order to get things going. Yes.
Okay.
He calls Kendrick an extortion baby. He also says, you guys couldn't do numbers outside of America. He argues that he's a global artist.
And he talked about I'm in Tokyo,
Japan.
because Japan loves me, or something
because I'm
like that.
big in Japan. Well, this isn't actually, what's funny is he's not actually that big in Japan. That is one of his weaker markets. It's actually a reference to a woman big in Japan. And we all know it is big.
Wait.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, it is referencing this other woman.
I
It's
don't
complicated. I'm not going to get into all of it.
Who?
This is not.
Like a big woman?
No.
like a big-
No.
Like
He's big in Japan. You've seen the video of Drake's weighing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's big in Japan.
We've all
like
seen
he's
the
done
video.
it in Japan a lot.
No, like his dick is big in Japan.
No, it's like a whole thing with this girl. It's not even worth getting into. But
He's referencing his wiener though?
Yeah.
Okay.
which we do know is big. We've seen the video.
That is
Floppy.
the biggest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know if we ever confirmed if that video is real.
Pretty sure it is, because I never read anything that it wasn't.
Listen, Drake has a fire hose.
Annalie's saying it's real.
She's pretty sure it's real. Aiden Ross had him
Aiden
on.
Ross
Oh,
had him
right.
on.
Expert Aiden. So
All right.
so we're pretty sure it's real. And there's a lot of talk about how the reason it is so floppy is because it has many injections, and so it
Which,
can't
if you guys
stand the
ever
fuck
saw
up
that
anymore.
video, it's
Dude.
literally like this big, you guys. But it's not like it's not hard. It's like a vacuum hose. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like
See, and
it's
I
like
know
one of those
that
things that
if that is real,
car dealerships.
yeah, totally like that. I feel that Drake probably leaked that himself. if
I
it
could.
is real.
That's what people think.
It's got to be. That's such a Drake move, right?
He's like laying on his bed. I'll never get that image out of my head.
Ew,
ever.
I hate that. I
Me
hate
too.
that so
It's
much.
So yes, he is saying that they are not global artists the way, which is a fair argument. Drake definitely has a larger reach outside of America. However, many have argued that Kendrick is bigger in Japan. There is footage of him doing a show there where the whole audience is singing along. Drake really, that is his weakest market, is Japan. So that's why people think that that reference is not actually about Japan itself. But he is saying that you guys suck outside of the U.S.
Okay. But he's Mr. Canada boy, so that's
exactly.
What he's... Okay.
Exactly. So he says, pull your contract because we got to see the split. The way you're doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip. Now, this is not just about business splits, which it definitely is also talking about that. But he is also talking about Kendrick's wife, Whitney Alford, who he claims Kendrick cheated on. I think it's like pretty common knowledge that happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they almost split, but that they didn't. However, there's more to be said on Whitney later on. And if she did, his pants might rip because she would take half, is what he's saying.
Okay.
There. He says, you better do that motherfucking show inside the biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse. You better make it witty.
Mm-hmm. Did you read the one? How you big stepping with the size 7 men's on? I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Drake's biggest thing is to just like comment on Drake on Kendrick's like small stature and his little feet, and it's
Which
like,
I'm like, God, that's so unoriginal.
You're short.
and
You're
not
short.
creative.
You're short.
it's short. You're short. Yeah.
Sounds like. He also says we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop. You better give them 50. So basically, and Kendrick has done a Maroon 5 song, and he has done a collab with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So he's getting at him for that, which honestly, smart fucking business move. Why wouldn't you collab with Taylor Swift, Maroon 5, whatever? But yeah, that
absolutely.
it was a good song.
Yeah.
So I don't really know
like
what he's giving it, where he's really getting at. But
like,
anyway.
what are you saying? Like, oh, you're dealing with like a bunch of little pop artist bitches.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Well, I mean, money talks and charts talk. So
that's right.
Like,
that's
you
right.
can think what you want about Taylor,
So
but obviously she's very successful.
Yes, Drake also calls her the biggest gangster in the music industry. So he's really getting at him because he is, Kendrick has said, I am whatever, fuck the industry, which may have come later on, but he's telling him that he's an industry simp just the way that he is, and that he does push-ups and, does whatever is needed for the big wigs that have their hands up his ass. Here's another short joke. He says, pip squeak pipe down. You ain't no big 3. SZA got you wiped down. Hey, I mean, facts.
Yeah. Facts.
As far as like in performance, okay?
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
Travis got you wiped down. I don't know if I would say that. I feel like he's had a major just
Travis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's just not where he was. He never really recovered after Astro World or Astro Fest.
I think people would argue that.
I don't think he's as big as he was back then. I think his career took a significant hit, and I think that's why Kylie bailed on him.
Really?
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Like your label boy, you're in the scope right now. He's referencing Interscope, which is his label, but he's got you in the scope.
Oh, you're kind of a lyric expert when it comes to like breaking these down.
Well, I've listened to these a lot, and I also listen to a lot of people explain them.
Yeah, sure.
There's so much. I don't want to waste too much time on this, but big difference between Mike then and Mike now. He's talking about Michael Jackson, whatever. What the fuck is this 20v1? What's a prince to a king? He's a son. Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. Now this was a viral moment. And I will say this was quite funny. We'll get more into that later. But he also says, Kendrick is short several times. Good one. He also brings up The Weeknd. He takes shots at The Weeknd's management as well. We don't have time to go over it any further than that.
Ross.
Moving on. So then Drake pays a mariachi band to play this line from the song Metro, shut your hoe ass up. And it is incredible. Honestly, this was Drake's biggest slay in this whole thing, in my opinion. This was so fucking funny. Josh and I were listening to this nonstop.
It is pretty funny. Unfortunately, we can't play the original version because
we really can't.
Nope.
It's everything's copyrighted.
I was able to speed it up and like cut it.
Okay.
So we can play that version.
Is that
this?
No, it's not. It's back in the other thing.
So this is from Drake's Instagram story.
Pretty
And
funny.
it's probably not copyrighted by them. It's probably lasso companies, which
Yeah.
they just lasso things on the internet and screw
But
creators.
still,
But anyway.
I'm not trying to get screwed by them.
Oh, this version's new.
All right. Sorry, I had to cut a ton of it too. And I'm going to talk over it. Woo, drums. It's honestly lit as hell. Sped up
Shut up and make some drums. So what is he supposed to do? that is what he only does is make drums.
Yeah.
So what is he supposed to, how is he going to respond? People are just LOLing, you know, they're like, how the fuck does he even come back to that? Well, he fucking does later on. He does make some drums.
Metro.
Okay, so then April 15th, Champagne Moments by Rick Ross comes to play.
Oh, Jesus.
Metro.
Love that. Thank you. Rick Ross, now the two of them, Drake and Rick Ross, have a long history. They have collabed many a times. People thought they were tight. Clearly not. Rick Ross is pissed at Drake and he thinks he is stupid for sure. We're not going to spend too much time on this. The album art is really funny though. You see?
Yeah.
Can you see Drake in there?
Oh, yes.
He is saying Drake is a white man.
No.
Oh my God, I see
Wait,
it.
that's actually hilarious.
It's really funny. It takes a second.
It does look
to
like
see
him.
It. I know. It's great.
What's with the screenshot here? Is that his
okay?
mother?
So this is because in the song, Rick Ross references Drake having a nose job, and Drake posted this screenshot of a conversation between him and his mother, Sandra, and she says, "Obs, the internet is saying you got a nose job. You looked the same to me in the kitchen today. I can't believe you would get one without me, because you know I always wanted one. Don't tell me that you got tattoos without me, and now this."
Oh, no.
And Drake says, "I would have gotten us a 2-for-1 deal if I went, ma. It's coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off the Manjaro and hasn't eaten in days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry. We'll handle it."
Oh my God.
So pretty funny. Yeah, Rick Ross. He's a character. Okay, so moving
Rick
on.
Ross is a character.
Okay. So then April 19th, Drake drops Taylor Made Freestyle, and this shit sucks. It is so awful. I don't know what he was thinking.
So disrespectful too.
Yeah,
and horrible.
It's just extremely stupid, and he's just such a fool for this. But he used AI, Tupac, and Snoop in his diss. So it's bad enough to use Tupac, right? Like, why would anyone ever fucking do this? This was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But to use Snoop too, he's alive
and could very well come for your ass.
Yeah, you're lucky he's so chill and doesn't give a
you're
fuck.
Lucky he's Snoop.
He does respond.
Yeah, but his response.
He's above all
I don't
this
think
shit.
He gives a fuck.
Mm-mm. And it's terrible. It doesn't even sound like something
it's
that
so bad
Tupac would have done.
And didn't Tupac's estate or something? Someone.
Yeah, I'll explain.
Okay.
Now he did this because they're Kendrick's West Coast idols, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is so good. He's getting in his head. It's psychological warfare." Like, no, this is really stupid. If you how embarrassing is it to use AI alone in your songs?
No, literally.
So bad. So
that's so fucking bad.
And we all know, dude, that if Tupac was alive, he would be on Kendrick's side.
Yes.
So in the song, he says, "Kendrick, we need ya, the West Coast savior, engraving your name in some hip hop history." Snoop did respond to this in a video, and it is funny.
It is funny.
Let's go ahead and play that.
They did what? When? How? Are you sure?
Death row.
Y'all have a good night. And to all.
Dude, he's the most unbothered human.
Right off. Everybody calling my phone, blowing me up. What happened? What's going on? I'm going back to bed. Good night. Say, man, it's Big Snoop Dogg, Death Row. We back at it. Hey, be on the lookout for some new music, man. It's coming soon. We back, man.
Stay tuned.
Let's go. So much.
So yeah, he'll probably do more of a response as time goes on.
I would love to see Snoop Dogg do a response.
Some people, like I said, really thought this was some type of really genius move on Drake's part. Like, just
who
praising
thought
him.
that?
A lot of people. Drake's fans. Actually, not just Drake's fans. I've seen a lot of rap commentary channels and podcasts talking about how this was this great genius psychological move, psychological warfare. I don't understand. This was
incredibly disrespectful and fucked up.
Oh, it's so stupid. Most people for sure thought this was wrong and fucking weird. And Tupac's estate threatened to sue Drake for this. They sent a cease and desist letter.
Duh.
Yep. And the estate called this a blatant abuse of the legacy of one of the greatest hip hop artists of all time.
Dude, Tupac's probably rolling over in his grave right now.
Seriously.
Like, what the fuck did I get
and that's
drawn
exactly
into?
what Kendrick says later on. The estate is deeply dismayed and disappointed by your unauthorized use of Tupac's voice and personality.
Yeah.
Howard King, the litigator, said in the letter, not only is the record a flagrant violation of Tupac's publicity and the estate's legal rights, it is also a blatant abuse of the legacy of one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time.
Yeah.
The estate would never have given its approval for this use. His brother, Mo Preem, also expressed that he was displeased with Drake for weaponizing Pac's voice in a rap war, especially considering what happened to him. It's just really inappropriate. He likens the move to utilizing a tank or nuclear bomb in a one-on-one battle. He also echoed Suge Knight's sentiment, Suge Knight, that Tupac should not be used as a pawn in a war that he is not part of.
Yes.
Could not agree more.
He's literally dead.
Yeah. It's so fucking inappropriate and weird and not the slay that he thought it was. Big fail.
So he took it down.
Yeah. He took
Obviously,
it down.
it's still up on YouTube. Other people. But.
Yeah. But yeah, he did remove it from all social media, which I don't think it was ever released on Spotify.
No, it was just on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. Whatever he had it on, he took it down. It was like, whoopsie.
I was showing John this last night and he was like, what the
I know.
fuck?
When I first showed it to Josh, he was like, this is Drake really did this? So April 21st, Kanye releases
Oh hell, Kanye, let's
a
go.
Like That remix. So a remix of the song that Metro Future and Kendrick already had made. Now, it is a pretty fire song, I must say. Shots are fired in the song. However, we are not wasting time on this. Sorry, Ye. I just don't have time. Okay. And I don't know if I really want to spend time talking about Kanye anymore.
Did you hear that Kanye is like creating his own OnlyFans essentially? It's called like Yay Sex. What is it called, Annalie?
Good. It's called Yay Sex.
No, it's like something really stupid.
Yay Sex. Subscribe now. Well, did you even know that Kanye just released a whole album like in the midst of this? Like Saturday, I think.
He did?
Yeah. And it's bad timing for him. No one really cares.
By the way, it's called Yeezy Porn.
Yeezy Porn.
Like, what a creative
Yeezy
man.
Porn.
Easy Weezy Porn.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're not going to spend any more time talking about him. Okay, so then shit gets really fucking real. On April 30th, Kendrick releases Euphoria, and this song is fire. I think this is my favorite of all that he has come out with. It's hard because they are all so good, but Euphoria is just, it's so good.
It is good.
It is next level lyrical genius in my opinion. And we could really spend an hour on this song alone. There are so many things within this song that you could spend time going over. One of the most genius things about this is it's titled Euphoria because Drake was involved with that show Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a producer.
Yeah, he was.
But now when you Google Euphoria Drake, nothing comes out about his work on that. It is all
honestly, it's brilliant on Kendrick's part.
Very brilliant.
Interesting. Wait, hold on. I just had a little side thought. Interesting that because he was an executive producer on Euphoria, and that show was very like there's like a bunch of like teen sex scenes.
Yeah, I know. It's
and
kind
like
of interesting
thinking about that and thinking about Drake and Drake's past and Drake's whole thing, I'm like, there might be some validity.
Yeah, I see what you mean there, girl. Can we just play the very first like 3 seconds of this song? Because there is a part that I want to bring up, but I think it'll be confusing if we don't play it.
You can try.
Euphoria.
Okay, that's it. So
please, YouTube, don't screw us.
They might. Who cares? Well, I guess we don't care.
I care.
And it's not even just monetization. It's the fact that they could block us worldwide
no,
our content.
just,
no one will see it again.
Yeah,
and all this work I did was for nothing.
Yeah,
But anyway, this is actually a reference to the movie The Wiz. It's an older movie that's like a spin off of The Wizard of Oz. The line that is being played backwards is "Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony." And it's from that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, Kendrick is a genius.
He really is. So it starts out by saying, "Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew, looking paranoid, now spiral.
Oh, no.
Fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tales on you now.
Ooh.
You are not a rap artist. You are a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted." I feel like I should just read all these.
Yeah,
no, they
literally.
speak for themselves.
They really do.
Okay. I make music that electrify them. You make music that pacify them. That is tough. That is true. That is really true. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. You know, a master manipulator and a habitual liar too. Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
When I read that, or when I heard that, I was like, oh, fuck.
The fucking warning. He warned him. Do not say another lie about me because I have shit on you that is fucking ready to go. It's in the chamber. Yeah, Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish. The crown is heavy, huh? I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. Do you know about this?
No.
Okay, so YNW Melly is someone who killed his fucking friends.
Why?
Because I don't know exactly why, but he killed them, and he is in jail. So he is saying, if you are not my real friends, then I am YNW Melly.
Oh fuck! So you're dead to me, essentially.
Yeah, or I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my God.
Kill you, right? He says, yeah, fuck all that Pusha P. Let me see you push a T. So he is referencing the Pusha T diss from, I believe, 2018 when Pusha T annihilated Drake. He did recover from that, but that's when the world found out about Adonis, his son, that he was hiding. So yeah, that was a rough time for him. It's always been about love and hate. Now, let me say, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's going to be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck because they can confuse themselves with real women. And notice I say we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. So he's saying everybody in our community
thinks
you're a fucking fraud. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when you act tough. Let your core audience stomach that, then tell them where you get your abs from. And this is when the plastic surgery disses begin. It is coming to light that Drake's whole body seems to be fake.
Yep.
And that is what is alleged.
Yes.
But he hasn't really denied any of it.
No.
So I'm thinking all that is true.
Yes.
He also says, I even hate the way that you say the N-word, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. It ain't even got to be deep, I guess. So he's saying that he doesn't even deserve to call himself that.
Right.
Which that part was so funny, and it ends like that. You have to listen to this song, especially the end. It's
I wish
just
we
so
could
funny.
fucking play it.
I know, I do
YouTube.
too. I'd hate YouTube.
They're annoying.
When I love this part too. This is one of my favorite fucking lines. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. That's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
Yeah.
And you can just look at this picture of him. Like, that's just, it's so good. It's so good. So yeah, that's when he brings in Sexy Red. He says, that's hoe shit. I got a son to raise, but you don't know nothing about that. Waking him up, know nothing about that. Telling him to pray, nothing about that. Giving him the tools to walk through life day by day, you know nothing about that. Basically saying, you're a shitty dad, I'm an actual father who spends time with my son. Then he also does a fake Canadian accent. It's so funny. He brings up like Canadian foods and how it just all sounds goofy as fuck. But he ends it, the last line, if you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psh, that's something you don't want to do. And he did.
Drake's song after this.
It's horrible.
He's trying to stay afloat as much as he possibly can.
He is. He certainly is. I would like to break here. Does anyone have any questions for the teacher? I know this has been a lot. It's a lengthy lecture.
No, actually, I'm following it pretty well. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people
questions,
disagree.
Ladies?
No? All right. I'm doing my job.
When we first started doing all of our shows here at Mile High Media, selling merch was the last thing on our mind. But now we're selling merch for all of our shows, all thanks to Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the do we just hit 1 million orders stage, Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soaps or offering outdoor outfits, or maybe the new merch that's coming on all of our shows, hint, hint, stay tuned, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. And what I love so much about Shopify is no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. So a long time ago when we first started selling merch, we were managing all of our inventory manually, and it was such a pain and it was so confusing. But thanks to Shopify, That is all streamlined now, and we don't have to worry about it. And Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries, including Mile High Merch. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support your success every step of the way, because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. So sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/thesesh, all lowercase. That is such a good deal, you guys. You have got to try it if you haven't already. Go to shopify.com/thesesh now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/thesesh.
So then Rick Ross, after this comes out, he tells Drake, do not fucking respond to this.
Yes.
Stay silent. Do not try Kendrick any further.
Yes.
Because this really was, I think, in my opinion, this is one of the best diss tracks of all time, Euphoria. It is so good. It is so, just every single second of it, every single line of it is fire and really hits home. It's powerful. I mean, they get progressively worse though.
Yeah,
okay.
when I listened to Euphoria, I was like, fuck. And then I was like, it gets worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he literally just annihilates him.
I kept texting Janelle. I was like, please listen to Euphoria, please, right now. And you're like, no, I'm going to sleep. No, I'm working out. I'm like, no, right now. It is so funny.
It is.
I've listened to that one so many times.
I'm going to listen to it after we are done.
Okay, so here's Rick Ross.
White boy, white boy, white boy. Crody, crody, crody. Do they even have Wi-Fi on that cargo plane? He may not even heard this yet, but look, let me give you this advice because you ain't got nobody around you.
Someone hasn't eaten
Don't
for days.
Don't respond. You ain't even peeped when the intro came on with the Teddy Pendergrass. That was that black fire. Don't go write a 8-minute verse that ain't no more BBLs, ain't no more ass fillers, ain't no more cheek fillers.
Yeah, so he tells him, and he should have listened. He really should have listened because Kendrick gave him a very clear warning that this is going to get so much worse for you if you don't stop, and he did not stop because he can't. However, even before he had a chance to release his response, which I'm a little confused. This all came out like all at the same time,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to get the timeline down. I believe Kendrick released 616 in LA next, and he also posted a picture of black gloves. There's some other meaning to 616. Now, 616 in LA is a typical way that Drake titles his music. He has 6 p.m. in New York, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. So he's clearly like making a reference to that. This also has a very Drake-like tempo, in my opinion. I think it was very thought out. Now, what does 616 mean? There are many guesses. I'm going to tell you the top ideas people have. Father's Day is 616. Another reference to Drake being a shitty parent.
Yeah.
That's funny.
June 16, 1972, Tupac's birthday.
Yep.
Gemini. Could be Proverbs.
Well,
Is it it's Proverbs, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
I always say Proverbs. and
Same,
Josh gives
dude.
me
I always
shit.
thought it was Proverbs.
I don't know anything about the Bible, but I guess Proverbs 6:16 talks about 6 things that God hates. I don't know what the things are.
Oh, no problem.
Drake.
BBLs, plastic
BBLs.
surgery, Drake.
So also on this track at some point, I think it's in this one. I'm a little confused because there's so many, but there's some point where Kendrick insinuates that he's got insiders at OVO, that there are people that are feeding him information and that his team is not loyal, which later on does seem to be possibly what is going on. Possibly because things have changed a lot as of last night, maybe.
Really quick, Proverbs, whatever it is. Here,
Proverbs.
This is actually very interesting. It's a lying tongue, hands
Haughty
that
eyes?
haughty. A lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood.
Means disdainful.
A heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up dissension among brothers.
Okay, 100% above all else, this is a reference to
I was about
Proverbs
to say,
6:16.
holy shit.
That is, now, I didn't have time to look into that last night, but that makes the most
If
sense.
if a person is ever going to change, he must confront his fault, since there is no magic bullet.
So in the song, he says, I discover myself when I fall short. Raise my hands to a fallen sky. I fantasize, me jumping planets, immortalized. I correspond, 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. So he is saying that Drake cannot raise his son right if he does not get right with God.
Yeah.
Essentially. He says, your little memes losing steam. They figured you out. The forced opinions is not convincing. Y'all need a new route. It's time to look around on who's around you before you figure out that you're not alone. Ask what Mike do. Okay. So,
Okay.
there's a lot more to this one as well. We do not have time. This same day, May 3rd, Drake releases Family Matters, which we will go over. Apparently I did not even think it was worth talking about Family Matters because I did not take any notes on that.
Do you want me to pull up the lyrics?
To be quite honest, I must have forgot. Yeah. It's really not anything worth talking about. He starts it by saying, N-word, there I said it, whatever, immediately addressing that. And he just sounds goofy as fuck. It's so cringe. And the song just sucks.
So bad.
Really, really trying to keep it PG, which is an old song. It sucks. It sucks so bad. And he's spending he's spending some of the song going at other people. It's like, this is really about Kendrick. Why are you not focusing? You're in one of the greatest rap beefs of all time. Get in the fucking game. What are you doing?
Cole losing sleep on this. It ain't me.
Yeah,
no,
stupid.
dude. Cole is cozied up in his bed right now.
Yeah,
And then he says, I've been black and white and everything in between. You the black messiah, wife and of a mixed queen.
He tried and it just did not hit. Kendrick gave him like, I think 10 minutes, maybe a little longer before he releases Meet the Grams. So he clearly had it ready to go. He doesn't even respond to Family Matters because Drake is so predictable. He knew what he was going to say that he doesn't even,
He even, in Family Matters, he was even like, shake that ass, hands on your knees.
Yeah.
And why did you have to like bring that up? Because it was your
hands
hit?
on your knees. Yeah.
Dude,
Now shake that ass for Drake.
This is the
It's so
true
embarrassing.
funeral.
Mm-hmm. It's really bad.
This is the true funeral.
This is the true funeral. Okay, so this is when shit gets really real. Meet the Grams
so brutal.
is a eulogy to Drake. It is a letter.
Drake should just hop into the coffin right now.
Seriously, it is so bad. It is, honestly, it kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kendrick is a fucking psychopath. Why are you even trying him, you dumb motherfucker?
Yes.
It is scary. It is deep. It is, whew. Okay, so it's a letter to Sandra, his mother, or Sandra. I don't know if Sandra or Sandra. And Dennis, his father, who is not always in his life, has come into the scene once the money was around. So he's always gotten shit for that. And he just looks goofy as fuck. Also, his son, Adonis, and his daughter.
Question mark.
Drake has a daughter?
Fact
That is to be
that he
determined.
just was like, went right past Drake and to his family, to his parents and his kids.
Yeah.
Kids.
He was like, that's something you don't want to do. He did it. And this is what he gets. This insane letter. Now, I think I took notes on the lyrics. I think I just put them all in here because there's not a single part I can't not read. I think I have to read the entire thing.
It's truly insane.
Oh my God. This is so crazy. It's eerie. This is really where I think things stop being fun for a moment, like for a brief moment.
I was scared.
It's scary. It's
I was
so
a little
intense.
scared.
Okay, so he starts with Dear Adonis, which I've got to say, Adonis is one of the cutest kids I've ever seen. I'm sorry that man is your father. Let's be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have worn a condom.
Oh.
I'm sorry that you got to grow up and then stand behind him.
Oh.
Life is hard. I know the challenge is always going to beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we're grown.
Also, the way, if you haven't listened to the song, you need to listen to it. Just the rhythm, the beat is so like...
It sounds like a
he
eulogy.
is so calm during it. It makes it even scarier.
Yeah, it's... So, and you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you shit. Now, a lot of people are like, don't bring the kids into this, and I fully agree.
Yeah.
And they both have gone, I think, too far, bringing the kids and the parents and everything else.
But I mean, if they're in the business of going too far, this is how you're going to fucking...
It has all gone too far at this point. We're too deep.
Yeah.
Never fall in the escort business. That's a bad religion. So he's saying Drake's in the escort business.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Please remember, you could be a bitch even if you got bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. Fuck what Ozempic did.
Oh.
So this is when, the Ozempic claims really get a brewing. Drake is being accused of having fake abs, being on Ozempic, being having a BBL, which Megan Thee Stallion, I believe, is the first one that said. We talked about this on the show weeks ago, that she was the first one to bring up his BBL.
Yeah.
I think she really made it known. I don't know if it was like an industry secret or whatever.
Yeah.
And like he really hasn't denied it.
No.
So I think he really does have a BBL. Brazilian butt lift, for people who don't know. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership. Fucking ouch. Don't have a kid to hide a kid and to hide again. Be sure, which is the first reference to his daughter. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. He's saying the audience is very confused at this point because he's like, to hide a kid again? But he explains. Be proud of who you are. Your strength come from within. A lot of superstars, that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. And you nothing like him. You carry yourself as a king. Can't understand me right now? Just play this when you're 18.
That one hurt. That one hit. That one.
I know. I had chills. I had to pause it and just reflect for a moment. And at first I was like, God, this is like mean. I don't know. But the more
it is mean.
The things that he's saying, I think Drake might deserve it unless it's also confusing at this point. Then he goes into the letter to his mom, which is short. Dear Sandra, your son got some habits. I hope you don't undermine them, especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate. You're a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment with emotion, hoping a man can see you but not be blinded. I do appreciate that he doesn't take any digs at Sandra. I feel like she has not done anything wrong. But, you know, I guess saying your son's a piece of shit is kind of
I was going to say, it's definitely a dig.
But it's not like anything
personal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a little more like reflective. Like, hey, like you're also a woman. Your son is doing these really shitty things to women. Maybe, maybe that's something to consider.
Next is Dear Dennis, to Drake's father. You gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor because his mother is white. Brought his dad back from not really being in his life for that reason is what he's saying. I think you should ask for more paper and more paper. I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions, psychopath intuition, the man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think N-words like him should die.
Whoa. He's literally like calling death to all of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, really getting fucking serious. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life.
Oh.
He hates black women, hypersexualizes them with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being a beard just fit him better. Ouch. He got sex offenders on Hovio.
Oh.
That he keep on a monthly allowance. So he's saying that, and he continues to say this, that OVO is made up of sexual predators. A child should never be compromised, and he's keeping his child around them. And we got to raise our daughters knowing that there's predators lurking. Fuck a rap battle. He should die so all of these women can live with a purpose.
Oh.
I've been in this industry 12 years, and I'll tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home, calling them tender, then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. To any woman that be playing his music, know that you're playing your sister.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Or better, you're selling your niece to the weirdos, not the good one. Cat Williams said, get you the truth, so I'ma get mine. The embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time. So saying just like P. Diddy, Drake's about to be raided as well.
Which that would be crazy.
To anybody that embody the love for their kids, keep the family away. They looking at you too. If you're standing by him, keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe.
Dude, he annihilated him.
Now, just a side note, on the screen, you can see this image of a bunch of random pill bottles, the gloves. Okay, so that is actually a picture. This is very confusing, and I might get this wrong. Somehow, this is believed to be the contents of Dennis's suitcase. That somehow Kendrick got a hold of this picture or got a hold of this suitcase. Maybe someone stole it. I don't understand how this happened. Maybe someone can enlighten us in the comments. But in it, there are pill bottles, there are these gloves, and there are receipts for Ozempic. Now, I don't know if this was like fed to him as fake info, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
So it's still very confusing at this point. Now, dear baby girl, referencing Drake's daughter.
Quote unquote.
Daughter, quote unquote, for sure. We really don't know at this point. It's actually looking like he does not have a daughter. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I would not be surprised if he had a daughter.
I wouldn't be surprised, but who knows?
Okay.
This will make more sense in a second. But he says, I'm sorry that your father is not active inside your world. He don't commit to much with his music. Yeah, that's for sure. He's a narcissist, misogynist, living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you. So he's saying he has an 11-year-old child.
But why?
That was born before Adonis. Well, we will explain.
Okay, sorry. See, I'm lost.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. So instead, he and Turks paying for sex and popping perks, examples you don't deserve. I want to tell you that you're loved, you're brave, you're kind. You've got a gift to change the world and could change your father's mind. Because our children is the future, but he lives inside confusion. Money's always been the illusion, but that's the life he's used to. His father probably didn't claim him neither. History repeats itself. Sometimes it don't need a reason, but I would like to say it's not your fault that he's hiding another child. Give him grace. The reason I made Mr. Morale, so our babies like you can cope later. You need to know that love is eternity and trumps all pain. I'll tell you who your father is. Just play the song when it rains. Ooh, I just got chills. He's a hit maker, songwriter, superstar, right? And a fucking deadbeat that should never say more life. Referencing More Life. Everyone knows that song, right? Then there is one final letter to Drake. Dear Aubrey, I know you're probably thinking I wanted to crash your party, but truthfully, I don't have a hate and bone in my body. This is supposed to be a good exhibition within the game, but you fucked up the moment you called out my family's name. Why you had to stoop so low to discredit some decent people. Guess integrity is lost when the metaphors don't reach you. And I'd like to understand because your house was never a home. 37, but you showing up as a 7-year-old.
Ugh.
You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting women problems. Therapy's a lovely start. But I suggest some ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom. I try to emphasize with you because I know you ain't been through nothing, crave entitlement, but want to be liked so bad it's puzzling, no dominance. Let's recap the moments you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friends. No cultural cachet to binge. Just disrespecting your mother. Identities on the fence. Don't know which family love ya. You embarrassed them. That's not right. That's not how mama raised us. Take the mask off. I want to see what's under them achievements. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in because you lied about religious views, lied about your surgery, you lied about your accent and your past tense. It's all perjury. You lied about your ghostwriters. You lied about your crew members. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter, huh? You lied about the other kids that's out there hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle. This is a lifelong battle with yourself.
Oh, that is such a...
It's heavy.
Oh.
So yeah, Drake, it seems, is annihilated at that point. And it's not funny. It's actually really serious. And if what he's alleging is criminal, I mean, if it's true, it's very, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think that's how everyone was feeling when this came out, is like, holy shit. And I don't know. It's hard because, you know, when I was first thinking about it last night before Drake's response came out, I was like, Kendrick does not strike me as the type of person to make things up.
Right.
I feel like he'd be pretty confident in what he says.
That's what I'm saying.
But is he? We don't know. That's just my, you know, as a fan, my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's saying he's a criminal. He's a horrible parent. He's a horrible person. His parents should be ashamed of him. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think Kendrick was the type to make that kind of shit up.
Yeah.
So Drake then posts an Instagram story response saying that he baited Kendrick and doesn't have a daughter. But he's like posting laughing emojis saying, someone find my daughter. And No Jumper posted on Twitter that a source close to TMZ says the allegation about a secret daughter is an utter fabrication.
Yeah.
And so this kind of goes back to Kendrick saying, you know, I've got insiders at OVO.
Yeah.
Did he? Are there? Because it seemed that the way that he's able to make these so fast.
Right.
Within
That's
like 10
saying.
minutes, like it seems like there's got to be people on the inside. But Drake is saying, yeah, they're playing you. They were feeding you information.
I don't know.
Did someone on Drake's team give Kendrick false info? Was this a strategy to delegitimize everything he says? If he has something that is untrue in his songs, because he has said, I have truths about you.
Yeah.
If they turn out to be lies, does that delegitimize everything that he's saying? Okay, so May 4th, literally over the weekend, Kendrick drops another one. It's called Not Like Us. And this one is my God.
This
Not
one's
only
so
is it good
good.
lyrically, but it's just a fucking banger.
It
It's my
is.
favorite one.
It
to
is
be
so good.
honest.
Yeah, I think it's definitely my number 2 next to Euphoria. Yeah, I'm not going to go over all the lyrics for that one because it's going to take us too much time. But one of the main parts, he says, the industry can hate me, fuck them all, and they mama. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talked to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lovophile, certified pedophile.
Oh, imagine listening to that in the club.
I know. I know. The lyrics of this with the beat, just it's so fucking funny.
It is.
And the album art too. It shows one of Drake's houses with a bunch of sex offender symbols, like from one of those apps. Like they're all hanging out there, everyone on OVO.
Oh, no. That's some big claims to make.
I mean, they're huge claims.
So
Are they true?
Why would Kendrick make those if there was no legitimacy to
That's
them?
what I'm wondering too. That's what everyone
like,
wants to
I
know.
don't think, because like Kendrick is not a troll. Drake is definitely a troll. I feel like Drake would do this because he's a troll and he doesn't give a fuck. But like Kendrick is not that
But
type of
is
person.
he then trolling Kendrick by feeding him false information?
I
That's
don't-
what he is saying.
I think that Kendrick and his team would be smarter than to just be like, just to believe one thing that
I would
that
like to
Drake
think that
fed
too.
him.
I would like to think that too. But you never know. We
No,
don't know.
You don't know. Of course not.
Especially if like somebody has like hyped you up this much and like made
Right.
you this
Mhm.
angry.
Mhm.
I mean, could you really fault him for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Kendrick having like, you know, saying that these are all real things and
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
all bait. You know what I mean?
Yep. So then yesterday, May 5th,
Literally
Metro makes the first distrumental in history.
so lit.
Metro made some drums and responded, and it is so fucking funny. Oh my God, this is my favorite part of it all. Introducing BBL Drizzy. Now we cannot play it because I don't understand. Metro put this out and was like telling other rappers
I don't know who's
to
claiming
rap
it.
over
Other
it.
people are claiming it.
He put it out as like free to the world. So other people, Alasso companies.
Yeah,
claiming
but
it.
still, I'm
So
not
annoying.
getting the chance of our
Yeah.
episode getting
So
screwed.
Janelle has kindly sped it up for us so we can still bop to it for a second. Honestly, it's pretty good.
Sounds so low fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Wait, who is this though?
The guy on the screen.
Yeah.
He's funny. He just reacts. So
Okay.
he's a streamer. The real version is so much better.
Yeah, sorry, but it slows down here in a sec.
Me and Josh were listening to this all day yesterday. Ooh. Okay, this is the regular version.
Yeah, this better not be copyrighted. YouTube, don't screw me over.
That's why we gotta talk over it. Goes fucking hard.
This is Metro?
Yeah.
I love this.
Me too.
These yams is all the trophy.
That's
So
BBL in
good.
history. I live for it. This is one of my favorite things that has ever happened in hip hop. Thank you, Metro. Thank you so much. I love you.
Do we need a lyric breakdown on this at all?
I mean, I pretty much read them in the intro. Yeah. So yeah, this is very funny. And what's interesting is a lot of people are already, you know, as Metro asked, making their own songs. We have that clip too, right? Janelle and I saw one yesterday we really liked.
Oh,
we have that
yes.
clip, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The doctor?
Yes,
Yes.
let's play that one.
This is so
This
good.
is just
I've
an
watched
example
it
of many. There's
12
so many
times.
good ones out there.
This
And
is
I'm
the
sure by now there's even more. Because
funniest thing.
This
Yeah.
was like 6 hours
Yeah.
into it.
Oh, it's so funny.
Coming
This
out.
is by a TikTok account, Nem Raps, and fuck,
I
it is
love
just
him.
so fire.
I love him.
It's so good.
Hurry! Welcome back. Oh, I see you brought the fam. I didn't know you had this many kids. It's really great to meet the Grams. Now, how is that BBL looking? I'm glad that you didn't go down to Brazil. Can you finally sit down? How does it feel? I would tell you to sleep on your tummy, but abdomens really need more time to heal. Today, what we do is a rhinoplasty, your brow lift, and a cap shine. You can do with some Botox if you ask me. Another penile injection. I'm sorry, but that would be sloppy. I'm a guy that takes pride in his work. If you act too much filler, it'll end up all floppy. And we're still
So
invited to the
good.
party. You bring the ladies and I'll bring the lines, yeah? Awesome, I'll see you at 9. If you feel any pain, take these and you should be fine.
Don't act like you don't know me. These hands are a trophy. Baby, it ain't no mystery. 'Cause the baby is a history.
Iconic.
So many more will be coming out that are
Yes.
amazing. Definitely just go to this song on TikTok and there's going to be endless on there. This brings us to last night. Well, last night for me.
Okay, so this is Kendall literally at like 9 o'clock, and she's like, fuck, he just dropped another
I
one.
was like, God damn, I'm going to be up till 3 a.m. trying to decipher this. Now, I must say, I didn't really give this the time it probably needed. I tried to get as much of an understanding, but my eyes were closing.
It wasn't.
So,
it was bad.
yeah, it's not
Like
great.
it wasn't
I have
him dissing Kendrick back. It was literally him just back against the wall, hands up, like no, I'm not a pedophile. No. Like
I'll go over the lyrics because I think it's only fair with how much time we spent on Kendrick's lyrics
all
that
right.
we give Drake a fair chance to respond
we are
here.
Fair jury here.
So is this the Uno reverse? This is the Heart Part 6, which is a diss at Kendrick, the title alone. Many people thought Kendrick's next album would be The Heart. Whether it's Part 6 or whatever, I don't know. But
I am going that this is definitely not Uno reverse. This is like, I know you are, but what am I?
maybe. I don't know. Dude, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Okay.
Let's go over what he says.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was funny. This came out like minutes after we were talking about it in our group chat. Janelle's like, do you think he'll respond? I'm like, I think he fucking will. He shouldn't.
He's a clout goblin.
But of course he's going to.
I knew he
BBL
would.
Drizzy.
I was talking to John. John's like, no, what the hell? I think he's going to give it some time. I was like, I don't think so. I think he's cooking up something right now.
He's so impulsive.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so I will say as far like musically, I thought this one was decent. It was better than Family Matters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But still nothing on any of Kendrick's.
It was like a catchy tune.
Yeah.
Like if I listened to this without knowing any of the context, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
you know the ghostwriters are involved.
They're ghostwriting.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's so many funny ass TikToks.
I know.
People,
like literal sheets.
The ghostwriters, they're like scared. Oh, it's so good.
Okay. Shall we read the lyrics and try to break down our thought? Okay. So the Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling.
Is Kendrick.
Yeah.
Just won that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I fucking got your lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat. So where the proof of the child then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet it's filed in? Saying he does not have a child. We plotted for a week. Then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old. I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you're not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in Advantage Studio, it's a celebration. You got to learn to fact check things and be less impatient. So he is saying, yes, you have people on the inside of OVO, but they're playing you. They've been feeding you false information. We knew that you would take this and then put this in your song, and therefore your credibility will be lost because you reported something that is not true.
Yep.
Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication. So he's saying we fed you that fake picture as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflammation. I don't really know what that means. I think he's saying his dad. That's like what was in his dad's. I don't know. Master manipulator. You bid on the speculation. Maybe he's saying that his dad uses Ozempic for less inflammation. Maybe he actually had, because Ozempic's used for diabetes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he's saying. It's like his dad is on Ozempic, but because he has diabetes, maybe that is just my initial thoughts.
Ozempic's not just for.
No.
I know
like a new thing.
No, I know it's for diabetes, but I didn't think inflammation had anything to do with it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. High blood sugar can also trigger protective immune response called inflammation.
Okay. So he's saying his dad has diabetes. That's why he has Ozempic, and maybe that they fed him this picture.
Yeah.
He says,
like, as in, why are you trying to take a stab at this? My dad's literally on this for health reasons.
Yeah, and that we fed you that because we knew you would think it was my Ozempic.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
There is no proof that Drake is on Ozempic.
Just wanted to clear that up.
But everyone's on Ozempic nowadays.
Fucking everyone.
Everyone thinks that anyone who's lost weight at all is on Ozempic.
Correct.
That is how. Did you see that whole thing with Melissa McCarthy? And,
no.
What's her name? Barbara Streisand, I think.
No.
Yeah. Melissa McCarthy has lost a bunch of weight recently, and Barbara Streisand like commented publicly on her picture and was like, "You look great. Are you on Ozempic?" And I think she's older and like didn't know it was public. Comment and just like was asking her and she deleted it, but like it was a whole thing. But Melissa responded and was like, she thinks I look great.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But yeah, so
what a compliment.
The Ozempic is just like the new diss. People think I'm on Ozempic.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can think that. I would have lost a lot more weight by now if I was on Ozempic.
Kendall's like, if I was on Ozempic,
it'd be going a lot faster than like 2 pounds, maybe a month or whatever. It's taking me 2 years to lose what I've lost. Whatever. It's a conversation for another day. Or never.
Or
maybe
never.
Just
or
again.
maybe you just keep those comments to yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So he says, why hasn't Whitney come out and say anything? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? This is all very complicated. I'm still like very lost here. Dave Free, from what I understand, is someone that works with Kendrick. Drake is insinuating that Dave Free might be the father of his child. The album art alone.
Wait, be the father of whose child?
Of Kendrick's child. Because
so
Whitney has commented on one of Dave Free's posts with a heart.
Yeah.
I am super lost on this part of things. Someone in the comments will clear this up.
Yeah.
But he is saying that Whitney and Dave Free have a thing going on, and it's shading him for that.
Okay.
You haven't seen the kids in 6 months. The distance is wild. I don't know what proof he has for that. Where he's getting that
lame
from.
Of a diss compared to what Kendrick said.
I know that it's really not much, but I don't know. How does he even know that?
6 months.
I don't know. The Epstein angle was shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. So he's saying that he's like feeding into the all the pedophile conspiracy land.
Yeah.
Instead of you being on some direct shit, you'd rather fucking grab a pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and was like, and this is where it gets like confusing and also kind of sad, and I don't know. This is weird. My mom came over today and I was like, mother eye, mother eye, mother eye. Wait a second. That's the one record where you say you got molested. So he's referencing another song by Kendrick. What is the name of it, Annalie? I forget. Mother Eye Sober. So it's mainly talking about, from my understanding of it, and I'm not an expert, it is talking about how his mother was sexually assaulted and therefore was very protective of him, and he sort of absorbed her trauma. And that's what the song's about.
Okay.
So Drake is saying, aw, fuck me, I just made the connection. This is about to get so depressing. This trauma from your own confessions. This is when your father leave home alone with no protection, so neglected. Oh my God, this is sad. Oh, that's my own note. That's my
Yeah,
note.
I was like, what?
That was not his
OMG
lyrics.
sad.
Yeah, OMG sad. So yeah, it's like really getting into the weeds. He's saying like, you're obsessed with all this stuff and calling me a pedophile because of your own trauma.
Yeah.
That's why these pedophile raps is shit you're so obsessed with. It's so excessive. They're acting like it's so aggressive, but you never known affection. I don't want to diss you anymore. This just got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey. Play. You probably start reflecting.
Oh.
And then he goes into his denying of the pedophile claims. I have never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you mess with. Just to clarify, I'm too disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd been done arrested.
Thank you, Annalie. She just sent me a message about the lyrics to Mother Eye Sober.
Okay, thank you.
Family ties, they accused my cousin. Did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't. And I asked my mama why she didn't believe me when I told her no. I never knew she was violated in Chicago. I'm sympathetic, told me that she feared it happened to me for my protection, though it never happened. She wouldn't agree.
So yeah, I think that is it's one thing to bring the parents in. It's a whole nother to bring up something like that.
The image of the shirt, the dad's shirt.
Yeah.
That's what's making me think that he getting info.
False info. Yeah. I kind of
because I'm like,
so
that is
too.
so like, how do you get that?
I know I'm Team Kendrick all the way, but I really do think they fed him false
They fed him
shit.
bullshit.
Okay, but if it is false shit, then
I don't think he has a daughter.
But that would be like the false accusation, right? But everything else he has said, it's like it does. I don't know.
That's the thing.
There's a
is
lot
like,
of that he said that we can all see ourselves.
Exactly.
Accusing you of having a false daughter is the least concerning thing that you have going on. The fact that he's literally saying that you're a pedophile
and have people. He didn't address anyone else on OVO.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what the concern is, dude.
Yeah, you're right. He's addressing the fake daughter allegations, but has not touched anything on the pedophiles. Well,
yeah,
he does a little bit in these lyrics.
He says, I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly, there's a deep message. Deep cuts never healed, and now they got infected. If Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant, talk about breeding resentment. So that's what he's saying.
Talking about Dave Free.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how to ease the sentiment. That shit's too intimate. I pray you recover from both instances, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you're going to see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mention a minor. Best line. A minor. And do Rick Ross air like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama's screensaver. I only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's, which is weird that he brought that up. That is a common thing. Everyone goes after Drake for Millie Bobby Brown stuff. I'm not familiar with all that. I know that he had like invited her to his house. I don't know what's really going on. I didn't.
Yeah, this was
follow
like a
that.
really long time ago. Like this was back when she was on Stranger Things, I think still.
Yeah.
Like there was an interview where Millie Bobby Brown was talking about how she's really close friends with Drake, and how anytime that she has like boy issues or anything, like Drake is, you know, she talks to Drake about her boy issues, and he's always giving her really good advice, and they're just really close friends according to Millie.
So it's something that people bring up all the time. This I don't believe was in any of Kendrick's songs.
Nope, and that's what's weird too. It's like you're bringing up shit that is like honestly kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's probably what people are saying in the comments constantly. So he's like responding to them.
But why aren't you responding to Kendrick though? Well, I guess you are in a way, but like I feel like the Millie Bobby
Focus on
Brown
the
line
fight.
is kind of like out of like left field.
Mhm. Yeah.
What about the other 15-year-olds that was on stage with you? Like
Yeah.
why can't you address the other people that I mean there are
he
videos.
straight up says if it was true I'd be in jail or whatever, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
he
look at
said, "I'd
fucking
never-"
look at fucking Weinstein and Epstein. Like what do you mean? No.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't be in jail. You're rich.
Has he been? Well, we don't have proof that he's actually done anything
No, we
with
don't have
minors.
proof of
Has
that.
he
No,
been
no, no.
inappropriate and kind of weird? I think we can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there more? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I never look twice at no teenager. I'm fucking with hitmaker dog, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in its chamber. Your ass is in danger. Stop buying views and bot comments. Saying that Drake is botting his comments and views. I don't know. You may as
Saying
well.
that Kendrick is.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant. You may as well keep the paper shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You can drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you're still bumping R. Kelly, you can thank the savior.
Ugh. That's one thing that from Drake's side that came out was you know he's been calling Kendrick a woman beater.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his like main thing that he's been doing.
And he's short. He's a woman beater and he's short.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kendrick did in I can't remember which one. We went over the lyrics, but he talks about all the wrong things he has done in his past and how he has changed and got right with God and whatever. So I think he is like acknowledging that some of these, whether it's the cheating or maybe he put his hands on a woman. I don't know all the details of that. Said if they deleted his music and your music going to a hypocrite, I don't understand why these people prayed. You sounding like you send a commissary when he needs some paper. Album dropping soon. No wonder you turn to clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. He's saying you've got an album coming and that's why you're chasing clout. And he says, and Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit you back, it's a lot safer. Ha, I promise. So he's saying that he has hit Whitney. So yeah, I don't know. Just when I thought Drake was fully dead, damn, there are some things there. And, you know, I don't know.
I really hope that he comes out with another one.
I think he probably will.
He's cooking right now, okay?
Yeah.
He's cooking.
We've got to, you know, the lyrical genius takes time. Plus, I think that's why it took him 2 weeks because he clearly was making multiple songs.
Yeah.
He's got it on fucking locked and loaded. He's like, all right, release.
Yeah. Yeah, but in this song, Drake is basically saying, happy I can motivate you and bring you back to the game, echoing what J. Cole said about his last album being trash. But yeah, Jesus Christ, man, I don't know. This has gotten so fucking crazy.
Really
This is the rap beef of the century, maybe? I don't know, you could argue otherwise. But at least the last
I'm trying
decade,
to think of what
the 2000s.
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
sure.
Nothing comes close to that.
This has gotten crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Him
I can't
saying
think of anything.
Kendrick is not his child's father. I mean, that's another big thing.
Yeah,
and I will say, I don't think Drake has a daughter. I think that
You don't
was
think so?
no. I just don't think it was as much of a flex to feed false information to someone.
yeah.
But maybe it is. Is it stupid to have just believed something that his own team was telling him?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I'm still torn on the whole thing. I don't know what to think. I definitely will say I'm Team Kendrick.
Well, I think no one's publicly allowed to say otherwise. Like,
Seriously though,
like-
what people do.
yeah, but those are like just Drake's little like goblins.
Logan Paul.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Drake's comments I saw on Instagram
Goblin.
last night on the latest track. But are we surprised?
But
Aiden Ross
I don't
is
know.
on Drake's side.
What?
The winner's circle.
See, that's what I'm saying. The winner's circle. Like, you have to understand. You can be a fan of Drake. I know you're a fan of Drake, but like,
Yeah,
you
I don't know
can't
now,
deny
though.
this shit.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Well, yeah,
I mean, I just think he's goofy as fuck. I
he is
think
goofy.
no matter if he has a daughter or if all these things are true,
Yeah.
he just still sounds stupid.
Yeah.
And he is, and I think he is playing the core message is that he is this fraud, that
Yeah.
he's an actor that's fooling the world. And I fully believe that. And he hasn't been able to come back on any of that
No,
stuff.
no.
Anything that he has brought up, that, I mean, it is what it is, dude.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, you just have nothing on Kendrick lyrically.
No,
and we
that's-
all know you're getting help. So
Yes.
So like, who wins at the end of the day? In my opinion, Kendrick wins.
Oh, 100%.
Although it's not over yet.
Oh no,
it's not over yet.
But
people.
like, I think it was already over by the time that he dropped
I think,
Meet the Grams.
yeah. But I do think with the Heart Part 6, it's more fairly matched. And, like he is at least resurrected from the dead.
Is he?
I think so. I think
Okay.
he is like on death's doorstep
Okay,
still.
9 lives like a cat.
Yeah. But
Okay.
this is kind of, if what he is saying is true, I think Kendrick is taking a few shots from this one too.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
It's hella entertaining, I will say.
Oh, I'm so invested.
But like, does any part of you worry that this could really turn violent? Because it's getting
Yeah.
fucking dicey. I'm a little scared
Yes.
of what this is going to turn into.
100%.
I know they both
I-
have security and time to
Ye-
change, but overall, I think Drake is pretty cooked. Like his career is so damaged from this that he will never fully bounce back, in my opinion, to where he was. I think he will still always have his core fan base, and he will continue to make top charting music because it's just the formula he follows.
I don't think he'll ever be looked at as in the same boat as, Kendrick and all these other rappers, but I do think he is probably still going to be just fine as far as like top charts and bopping around, making his little fun to listen to tunes, I guess you could say. But
yeah, I do too.
But I think that's like fine for him.
Maybe
is
it's
he
fine for
really
him.
being trying to be taken serious as like one of the greatest rappers of all time?
See, I think he is.
I
think he really thinks that, and I think he's
and that is
obsessed
so
with what people
goofy.
think about him.
Exactly. That's so stupid, though. Like, you don't need to do that. Just be good at what you are good at.
But it's more than that. He has enough money to last him for the rest of
course.
eternity, so he doesn't care. But what he cares about now is how people perceive him. He's obsessed with his image. Look at all of the surgeries he has gotten, the work that he has done to try to make himself seem harder. And then I think he really cares about the industry and how other people within the industry view him. And most rappers fucking hate him. Most people in that world know he's a fraud, have called him out.
Yeah.
Part of one of Kendrick's, I hate the way that you talk, I hate the way that you walk. That is all from DMX, said all of that on a radio interview. I don't remember exactly. He said just like a list of things he hates about Drake.
No. My man.
He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Okay. Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake.
I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I be trying to tell his face. I don't like the way he walks. Like nothing. I don't like his haircut.
Tons of people openly hate Drake, and I think that drives him fucking insane. He'll say it doesn't, but I think it does. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. No, I agree with that. Yeah. We'll see. I
Remember the clip of Soulja Boy? Where he's like, he stole my whole fucking flow.
Wait, what?
You never seen
No.
that? Okay, let's bring that up and just end off with some fun.
Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding the kid from the world, but his world wanna hide from the kid? Aubrey Graham in a wheelchair? Drake? Y'all niggas better stop playing with me.
Oh my
Stop
God,
telling me
that's
like I ain't
amazing.
teach Drake everything he knows.
Hold on, you taught Drake everything he knows.
Y'all ain't hear Drake on his first song? Tell me what's really going on.
You know what? Yeah. So anyway, my final slide Well, to wrap up today's presentation, first of all, class, do you have any questions?
No,
I probably
honestly,
can't answer
Professor
them if you
Kendall,
do.
you did an amazing job.
Thank you. I know it was probably not that great, but that's the best I could do in 4 hours.
Well, that's
very tired.
I was
mother.
entertained, and it actually wasn't that hard to follow. So
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I'm still confused on some things because this is way deeper than what we just went over. But
yeah, there's so much more, guys. I really had to leave out a lot. I started going down certain rabbit holes, and I was like, no. This will take this whole episode. We had other stories.
yeah, we
today.
have like 5 other things, but we're not even gonna. Maybe we'll do it next week.
Yeah, this is just so much.
Literally Sunday, Kendall was like, "We should do this," and we're like, "Should we? Should we not? Should we? Should we not? Should we? Should we not?" I was like, "I'm clueless. I can try and help as much as I can, but."
I just wanted to, for my own sake, do this deep dive because it's so interesting.
And well, now I'm invested. I'm so glad we did because I definitely fell out of the loop, and now I am fully invested in all this. And yeah,
do either of you have questions that I probably can't answer anyway?
No. I think
Really?
I think you did a great job, teacher.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
No, I think that there is
I
just
did get my degree in education, so
and it shows. It really showed today. You really put your degree to full use.
thank you.
it's like
why I
when
got
you
it.
ask your parent for like help on homework and they don't know how to do it. They're like, I don't fucking know the answer to this. Figure it out.
That will be me.
I literally had no idea what it was because you were like telling us, don't look too much into it. And I was like, at this point, I don't really know anything. So I feel now, good grasp.
Good grasp. Good grasp.
Yep.
Enough of a grasp.
Yeah.
This was, a presentation for the girlies, if you will.
It was.
Yes.
This is a girl dinner presentation.
Yeah. So, my last slide. What's going to happen next? Who fucking knows? What do you think? Has anyone won?
I don't
Please.
think
I think that Kendrick has won the premise of like poetic justice, if you will.
Yeah. It was all poetic justice.
It was all poetic justice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm tired and my
Dude,
I'm
I don't
sweating.
blame you. You're sweating?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess Dua Lipa, right? That's how you say it?
Dwa.
Dwa.
On SNL this weekend, she did like a skit or a deep dive into this whole thing.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. I wish we could play it.
Oh my
SNL
God.
Super copyrighted.
Did you see the SNL JoJo skit?
I saw a
Yes.
tiny clip of it. It looked
Shit, it's
funny.
funny. Can't play it on here, of course, but it's pretty funny.
All right.
That's it. Okay. Well, thank you, Kendall, for leading this episode. We appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm going to go eat I have some sushi from Whole Foods. Probably got some PIFAs on there.
PIFAs. I love PIFAs.
God.
All weekend we've been laughing about PIFAs.
Also, shout out to the best comment on last week's episode. Well, Janelle,
I see you with PIFAs. And on that
You
note,
fucking killed me. We need to go back and pin that. That should be pinned.
that is the greatest thing. I love you, whoever did that.
Me
Shouts
too.
out. And the fact that we didn't think of that beforehand.
well, Janelle.
I see you with PIFAs.
Mhm. Oh, also just quick shout out. The Derby was this weekend and Janelle's horse, Mystic Dan, did.
Yes!
And
Dan.
He's so
Karelly's
cute.
pick Sierra Leone,
She was number 2.
number 2.
Mystic
Wow.
is so cute. Love him.
Domestic product was like 17 or
Awkward.
something.
I
know.
love to give them all kisses. They're all winners in my heart.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They are.
Anyway, that's going to be it for us today, you guys. We'll be back next week.
We'll see you on the next set.
Also, big shout out to my sister. Thank you so
Yes,
much for putting
huge
together
shout out,
that
Annalie.
amazing slideshow. Couldn't
This
have
was
done it
a
without
very
you.
well thought out, put together last minute episode.
Thank you. Just about as well thought out as it could be. We will see you next week.
But on,
or yeah,
see you on the next set. Thank you, Fresh. Bye.
Bye.